Hi everybody, this is Aaron Wilson, OSU Extension Ag Weather and Climate Field Specialist, here to give a weather update for the Battle of the Belt. So obviously we're coming off a very warm winter. It was the second warmest winter on record for the state of Ohio. Temperatures were generally 3 to 6 degrees above average. As far as precipitation, northwest Ohio and south central Ohio sort of came out above average for December, January, February, with close to slightly below average precipitation for the bulk of the state, near and around I-70 and I-71 on either side. So looking at soils, we still have a little bit of dryness in west central Ohio, where we had pretty much the driest conditions since 1966 in that area last fall. But conditions have really improved, so overall soils are looking pretty good. Looking at stream flows, looking pretty high across the region, above average in northwest, generally average across much of the state, maybe dropping a bit in eastern Ohio given the latest conditions here over the last 30 days. So we've gotten rid of our drought from last fall. Not a lot of drought in the Ohio Valley, certainly none in Ohio now. And if you note out in California, extreme precipitation out there certainly has gotten rid of a lot of their drought as well. So looking at the forecast for this week, the last week of March, does look like temperatures are likely to be slightly below average for northern Ohio to near average. We should be in the mid to upper 50s during the day here in central and southern Ohio, low to mid 50s across the north. So we're expecting conditions a bit on the cooler than average side there across our northwestern counties. As far as precipitation goes this week, it will remain an active weather pattern here, leaning toward above average precipitation. Generally, we're looking at about half to a quarter, 3/4 of an inch of rain in northern Ohio, 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch across southern Ohio, and I think we'll be close to that this week.
Hello everyone, my name is Celeste Nye. I'm a master's student in Dr. Laura Lindsay's lab at The Ohio State University. Today is March 21st and I am at the Western Agricultural Research Station. The air temperature is 32 degrees Fahrenheit and soil temperature is 40 degrees Fahrenheit at a 2-inch depth. We are aiming to plant corn and soybeans in the next 2 weeks. Keep watching for updates for Battle for the Belt.
Ding dong, La Niña is dead. If you've heard, we've had La Niña conditions over the last 3 years. It just means we have cooler than average sea surface temperatures off the coast of South America. They're trending warmer now, so we're heading into what we call ENSO neutral conditions. Our forecasts are to remain ENSO neutral really through the spring and into the upcoming summer season, and then perhaps transition to El Nino, which brings along its challenges and other things in our weather forecast. So looking at the April outlook, fresh from the Climate Prediction Center last week on the 16th, really looking at above average temperatures most likely throughout April, a little bit better than what we've seen obviously throughout much of March when we've been a bit on the cool side. Rainfall, precipitation-wise, it does look like the northwestern portion of the state could be leaning toward above average precipitation as well through the month of April. So as we head into May, ENSO can actually make a pretty big difference in our conditions. This is looking at May precipitation under ENSO neutral, what we expect. But if El Nino does develop over the next couple of weeks a little bit more rapidly, it could tend toward drier conditions rather than closer to normal conditions that you see here on these maps. Now looking at the overall spring outlook, April through June, it does look like temperatures will average out above average throughout this time period. And again, wet conditions there in the southern Great Lakes. So I think there will be challenges to planting this season as we're starting to really get used to and think about those shrinking windows. But that's something to keep in mind this season. If we look June through August, also looking at above average temperature-wise, I think mostly those overnight lows versus the daytime highs, and that wet signal really sticking around throughout our upcoming summer. Again, thinking about the ENSO differences, these are August temperatures under ENSO neutral or El Nino conditions. You can see August tend to be quite cooler under El Nino, so we'll have to watch and see how fast that develops this season. And then also with precip, we tend to be close to average under ENSO neutral, but much of the Ohio Valley gets slightly wetter under an El Nino conditions across the country. So this is a ridiculously early look at fall, generally looking at above average temperatures, I think, across Ohio, but equal chances, no strong signals on the precipitation for our fall forecast. We'll come back later for a more up-to-date forecast in the fall. So again, thank you for joining me to talk about the growing season outlook as we stand here at the end of March. Good luck on your growing seasons, and may the best corn or soybean win.